Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles. Excited to have Coach Perry Eliano on with us today. Great guy, been involved with lots of really neat things in his life. And so truly grateful to have him on. So first, Coach, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles.
Appreciate that, Chip. Pleasure.
Yes, sir. Well, let's dive into it. If you don't mind, telling the audience a little bit about who you are and what it is you do.
Well, name's Perry Eliano, and I've been here at the University of not the university, the Ohio State University for about 2 weeks. Just finished a 2-year stint at University of Cincinnati, so just truly blessed to be here with Coach Day and the staff. And we just got off the road from 2 weeks of just hustling and bustling recruiting. So today is a kind of a quiet period, then it goes dead, and we got the second set of signing day period on Wednesday. But I coach, love what I do. I'm just blessed to be able to pour into young men's lives, and I'm forever grateful and just appreciative for Chip having me on. And I'm just excited about share some time with you all.
Yes, sir. Well, I know off air we talked a little bit about your background and your journey, but if you don't mind sharing, your journey with the audience, so they kind of see what it's
Absolutely.
taken, the work that you put into it, and
Right.
how you've gotten to where you are, Coach.
Right. Well, obviously, I come from a military background. My dad was in the military, United States Army, so was fortunate enough to travel across the world, see some different things that a lot of young men and women don't get to see. And my dad's final destination as far as duty station was Fort Hood, Texas, in Killeen, Texas. And so I did my high school years there at Killeen Ellison, and had an opportunity to be coached by John Posada. And then, my senior year, be coached by Robert Walker. And, truly impacted my life in 1 year, just from a standpoint of trusting in me, what leadership meant, and just he took us from a 3-8 season or 2-8 season, and we went all the way to the quarterfinals of the playoffs. And I'll never forget that year. I still have the videotape that we made back then. It was VHS. That kids these days have no idea what that is, but I still have that tape. I'm gonna show it to him one day because I'm gonna tug on his heartstrings. But I still have that tape of him. But from there, fortunate enough to get a full scholarship offer to Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches, Texas, and played 4 years of ball there. And we had a great run, won the conference championship my senior year. And I always knew I wanted to be a part of the game. And so was fortunate enough, once again, blessed enough to be around great coaches, guys that are mentors to me to this day that I can call on, and they can, pour into me and give me, advice and feedback. And so, from there, I started to be a graduate assistant at my alma mater, and I did that. And, my first job was a D2 school at that time, University of Central Arkansas in Conway, Arkansas. We were in the Gulf South, and was fortunate enough to play, be able to coach running backs my first year, and then receivers my second year. And, didn't know it at the time, but, coaching receivers my second year, I got a chance to coach a young man by the name of Mike Norvell. Well, Mike Norvell's the head coach at Florida State right now.
Yeah.
So, it doesn't surprise me, his success, and then from there, got an opportunity, to coach at Sam Houston for a year. And then, University of Central Arkansas was making the transition to 1AA. And, I got a chance to come back and coach the whole secondary. And, at that time, people don't know this, but I was dating my wife at the time, who was in physical therapy school. And so, there was a little bit more motivation to come back to Conway, Arkansas and coach. So, but from that point on, went on and, had an opportunity to coach with Larry Coker in 2011 at University of Texas San Antonio, UTSA, where we started the program, which was a phenomenal opportunity for me. Our AD, Lynn Hickey, had a vision, and we were the fastest growing Division I school in NCAA history. And, those 5 years were unbelievable. San Antonio was a great place for me and my family, and we had a great experience. And from that point on, went on to be the defense coordinator at Bowling Green here in Ohio. And, did that for 2 years. And then from there, I had an opportunity to coach with, for 2 years at the University of New Mexico under Bob Davie. And then I had an opportunity, got a call, and came up here to University of Cincinnati with Luke Fickell and Coach Fickell. We had a great run. I mean, we were 22-2 in 2 years, and we just come off a college football playoff run. So talking about an awesome experience and a coach that's done a phenomenal job with creating a unbelievable culture and what it looks like to win, and had great success. And, in our profession, when you have success, people come looking. And, Coach Day here at, the Ohio State University, called and said, hey, I want to talk to Perry. And, one thing led to another. And I've been here at the Ohio State University for 2 weeks now. And it's been an awesome experience for me and my family.
That's awesome, Coach. Just to hear your journey. I think there's a couple of things that come to mind as I hear you talk about that journey. I think first is hard work put into it. I think that the next thing is success for sure, because success on all of those levels. But then I think the big component is quality relationships.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
One of my former pastors, I'll share this quote with you. When I started this quote, my second book is the first quote I started with. And when I heard this quote, like it hit me, right? So I want to make sure I share it with you. He said, our life moves at the speed of our relationships.
I love that. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. And I live by this, and I share this with every group that I coach. And one of my mentors, I'll never forget, Coach Cox, Denzel Cox. He was sitting down talking to me one day, and he says, son, make good tracks going up that mountain, because you never know when you got to go back down. And this was years ago. And to this day, that still resonates with me, that everyone you come across is important. And it's not necessarily they're important because they're going to do something for you, but it's just who you are. It's your character. And, I'll never forget that, and it was just a subtle conversation, and he was just pouring into me at that time. And I never forget him telling me that. And I live by that to this day. And it's so true. I mean, it's actually manifests itself on so many different levels. And so, I just try to tell my guys that I coach that, look, just understand, as you're making this journey, it's very, very important that you do right by people and you value the relationships that you have.
So good. So true. And that's one of the things my mom told me too. She said, boy, she put the boy in front of it.
Right. Absolutely.
She said, boy, don't never mistreat nobody, because you don't know who you're going to need to help you.
That's it.
Like you said, so many people in my life that don't look anything like me, or, may not even like the same music or whatever, have helped me in my life. And it's because, just like you said, just being grateful for the opportunities that you have, and not burning the tracks, and those kind of things. And so I see that in you with your journey. Absolutely. So I want to make sure that I talk about that too, Coach.
Thank you.
What are 3 things you accomplished in your life that you're proud of?
Oh, well, Chip, I'm really simple, and I'm grateful for the little things. And so, to be honest, first, being a husband. So many men, just fall short of that mark, or coaches fall short of that mark. And so just for me and my wife and me to be married, going on 15 years this July, and and then to me, the second one is being a father. You know, just being able to look into my two boys' eyes, 12 and 9 years old, and pour into them, knowing that I spent a lot of time with other people's sons, sometimes more than my own. And so being a father, and then thirdly, being a coach, having the ability to impact young men 18 to 22 years old, and really, really, just sculpt and mold them for what's to really come the next 40, 50, 60, 70 years of their life. And so, I'm simple from a standpoint of that. The wins and the accomplishments of going to the college football playoff this past season, being two-time all American, conference winners, and having rings and all that to show for it, having the ability to coach two first-team All-Americans, the Jim Thorpe Award winner and Kobe Bryant. I just go, all those things are great, but the core of me are the things I just spoke about as far as truly accomplishing something and having residual, and a residual effect of, man, being a great husband, being a great father, being a coach that those young men can see me be that, not just a guy that's an X's and O's guy. So I'm simple from a standpoint of, I love all the wins in it. I hate losing, but to me, the accomplishment piece is bigger than those things. For me, it's those things that, those three things that really, really are my core and what I think is, man, these three things are really, really cool.
Yeah, I love it, Coach, and I wholeheartedly agree with you on that too. I think when we can live a life and keep it simple like that,
yes.
All of those those core common. You said my core.
Yeah,
I resonate with that. My core common beliefs, my core of what I believe, my core of what I'm proud of.
Right.
I think when you can do those things the right way, all that other stuff is going to fall in line.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, just hearing you talk about your journey, hearing you talk about the things that you're proud of, Coach, I would consider it to be hugely successful. So let's hit on success. What is your definition of success?
Living a life of significance. I think and when I say living a life of significance, I'm talking about, being an effective inspiration to others. I think, that mindset, there is no deadline. There is no, well, I reached that. All right, I'm done. And so to me, I define success as, significance, a life of significance, effective inspiration. And, along those lines, I think you got to know who you are. I think that's where it starts. You got to know who you are. And then secondly, find ways to serve. I think, so many times, especially in society today, people think of success that you do it on your own or it's about me. No, it's really about the individuals that you're around. And, and so find a way to serve. And greatness to me is, determined by your service and your significance. I want to leave a residual effect with individuals when I leave, just not when I'm in their presence. And so, and then the third thing for me is just, always do the right thing or attempt to do the right thing, and we as coaches, we as men, everyone has to make choices every day. And I just think, walking with the spirit of excellence, allowing that to be your brand, nobody's perfect, but just having a spirit of excellence, on your daily walk, your daily, conversation, I think is extremely important in trying to do the right things. And I think, when you try to do that and you develop that habit of consistency, you have a sense of peace about you, and through my journey, people don't realize this, Chip, that, I went on about 4 years, 5 years, 6 years with losing seasons every year straight. And, as a coach, not just a man, but as a coach, that can wear you down. And you question, am I doing this? Am I in the right profession? I know I'm giving it all I got, and think I'm pretty good at what I do, but I'm not seeing any reciprocity of my hard work. I'm just like, God, Lee, is my labor in vain? Is what's going on? But stay the course. And once again, the bigger picture was I was being a significant influence and effective inspiration to the coaches, to the players I was around. And I had to get out of that woe is me mindset and just say, why are you doing this? I'm doing this because I love the game and I want to inspire and make a huge difference in young men's lives. So that was able to get me back on track. And then lo and behold, going from winning 5 games at the University of New Mexico in 2 years to getting a phone call from Luke Fickell at the University of Cincinnati and us winning the conference championship 2 years in a row and going 22-2.
Crazy.
22-2 and coaching the best 2 DBs in the country, and now having an opportunity to be at the Ohio State University is truly a blessing. And just so, like I said, for me, I define success as just a life of significance, effective inspiration, and just knowing who you are, and doing the right things, and finding a way to serve others.
I love it. And then when you put all of that together, that gives you that consistency.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
I love that. When you said that, it gave me chills because that's the same as what I strive to be as well.
Yeah.
I want people to know that when they leave Chip Baker, you know what you're going to get from that dude.
Yes.
Every time. Right? No doubt.
No question. No doubt. Absolutely.
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 Well, hey, Coach, I just want to say again, thanks so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicles. Truly appreciate it. And I wish you continued success on your journey.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you guys for checking out this episode. We'll see you next time. God bless.
Same.
Go get it.